Hello everybody, welcome to another special edition of Art Whisper 88. Now these are my cut up business cards and index cards, and this is some cardstock that I had offloaded my brayer on to get rid of the excess paint. Now I plan to use these in another collage. Before I proceed, I decided to act a little smarter, and I soaked my pieces here in a mixture of water and Mod Podge just to soften them, because this is very stiff and it's very hard to glue this if you don't pre-moisten it. So what I did is I put this in a plastic tray. Now these are the plastic trays that I get from the grocery store when I buy vegetables. And I just made a mixture of water and Mod Podge. And now they're much more pliable and they're easier to handle. So it reminds me of that saying, don't work harder, work smarter. So anyway, before I proceed, I'd like to sneak in a little art history about the history of collage. Now, many art books and sources will claim that collage was started in Europe by Pablo Picasso and George Braque. But actually collage goes way, way further into the past, to the 11th and 12th centuries, when the Islamic traders and invaders brought paper to Europe. It started in Spain and spread to Italy, and there was the first paper mill that was made in Spain. Paper slowly became popular in the European continent. And with the spread of this new material called paper, it was possible to start the art of printing and printmaking. Collage really was started in Asia, and one example I can give is an exquisite book of poems. It's called 36 Poets, done in ancient Japan. And these were poems written by 36 poets praising the emperor. And they were done on these exquisite decorated papers that were torn up and pasted to look like landscapes or scenes from nature. Here are a few examples. And so I just wanted to sneak in this short art history about collage, that it is much older than you think. Here we are at the 21st century. We are moving into the digital age. But I think the art of doing things by hand is never going to get lost. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us special. I will be back in a few minutes, and I will start assembling my artwork. So this is some paper that I had used to offload my brayer. I think it would make a nice background. Now, as you can see, I'm not being overly careful because I know that this is going to dry invisible. This is matte Mod Podge. I might as well use what's left because this jar is almost finished. Now here comes the fun part. Now since I had pre-soaked these are more pliable. And they practically glue themselves. Another good thing about pre-soaking these is you can actually move them around. Okay, now that's it for the dark blue. Now I have pre-soaked some orange pieces. And here they are. It's a little messy, but I think of it like finger painting. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to take a pause and think about what's the next step, because at this point it's getting a little more busy. But I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, everybody, here's my favorite part of this video where I get to show you the finished product. It has dried very nicely and it remains as a matte finish, which I like. It's a closer look. And here's an even closer look. So there's a nice interplay of textures and layers. And what I like about this process is the edges are very clean and sharp. You can see the subtle texture of the paint. And that's caused by the brayer. Now I will put the previous canvas panel. So you can see the comparison of the two. So there you have it, my collage on canvas panel, and these are all done by pasting the cut up stencils. And thank you to the viewers who suggested this idea. And now that I know that I can reuse these cut up pieces of cardstock and business cards and index cards, if I pre-moisten them with glue, it's much easier to mount. So I learn something every day. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Please check out artwhisper88.com, which is my storefront. And any donations and or sales help to keep this channel going. Thank you, and I hope to see you next time.